Hi guys, and Cooper, I'm just talking to myself. It's my vlog. Could you relax? Hello and welcome back to my channel. It has been a minute. So now you know the real reason why I've been kind of MIA. I mean, I usually upload every Monday. So I uploaded last Monday and then it was 2 weeks before the last time I uploaded, then 2 weeks before that. So it's been kind of because of all the things that I mentioned earlier. School has been crazy. We've been taking care of Cooper, but also we found out we were pregnant. So if you haven't seen that video, go check it out and you'll see how I told Steven and how we told our family. I figured I would tell you guys a little bit about our TTC journey. So I will say we have been extremely blessed, and I know that our journey to get pregnant is unlike a lot of other people's. We were only trying for 1 month, which I know is a huge blessing, and I know that if you are watching this and you are on your TTC journey, I know that there are so many people that have been trying for years and are still trying. So I want to start by saying that I know how lucky we are. We are so blessed. But we were only trying for a month, but I wanted to share as much as I could about our journey because I know that when we were trying, in the short month that we were trying, I was Googling symptoms, 2-week wait symptoms, and YouTubing all the things. So I figured I would make a video about our journey. Yeah, I guess let's start at the beginning. So we went on our road trip. On our road trip was when we decided when we get home, you know, we should start trying. So I have been off birth control for 8 or 9 months, so a while, like right after our wedding or right before our wedding, I got off of it. So you could say we've been trying since then, but not really. I think one of the biggest misconceptions I had was how it would be easy to get pregnant. I had no idea that there were only like 5 or 6 days out of the month when you could get pregnant. So anyway, when I got off birth control, we had that conversation, and we've just kind of been, even though we weren't actively not trying, we were very careful not to try, if that makes any sense at all. I was already tracking my periods and stuff like that just to make sure. I mean, and if we did get pregnant, then we got pregnant. And
my pregnancy pillow's here.
My pregnancy pillow's here! What perfect timing. So if we did get pregnant, I mean, we both would have been thrilled, but we wanted to wait a little longer to fully start trying. And if you know me, you know that I don't really do anything halfway. So when I say we started trying in June, so we went on the road trip, we decided that when we went back, when we got back, we would start trying. June was the first month that we were gonna start trying. And when I say try, I really mean try. Like, it wasn't like, oh, we'll just not be careful anymore, and if it happens, it happens. Like, I ordered the pre-mom ovulation tracking kits at the recommendation of a friend. I was tracking my period. I was taking those tests. So I was really trying. So we did get pregnant in 1 month, but we did obviously have help with those ovulation tracking kits. So anyway, that was the decision to start trying. We wanted to start trying in June, and we did. So let me pull out my app. I'm gonna put a picture here of my LH strips. Gosh, that feels so long ago. Yes, so I have like my little tracker here where I was taking those LH tests once a day. Yeah, once a day leading up to my period, and then twice a day to find my LH surge, because that is when you are most fertile. So you surge 24-ish hours before you are about to ovulate. So my last period was June 30th. So I guess we really technically started trying in July. I have a really regular period and I ovulate pretty much like clockwork on day 14. So it was easier for me because I know a lot of women aren't that lucky to have regular periods and kind of know when ovulation was coming. But yeah, I did. So I was tracking my LH in the first couple days leading up to the LH surge. My surge was on the 13th, and it was, how do you find the exact number? Ratio level, is that what it is? It was like a 1.9. So it was pretty high. It was a pretty high surge. And obviously you want to be trying the days leading up to your surge, when you surge, and then ideally on ovulation day as well. And you're also fertile for like the day after ovulation day. So yeah, we were really diligent in trying when I was ovulating and before I was ovulating. And then the dreaded 2-week wait. And I know that sounds so annoying because, like I said, we only tried for 1 month, so I only had 1 2-week wait, but it truly is the longest 2 weeks in the world. And that's when I was like YouTubing all the 2-week wait symptoms, trying to like be able to tell early if I was pregnant or not. And I will say, that's really strange. I heard some women say this like in the videos that I watched, but I did honestly just have a feeling. I tested positive super early and I just felt pregnant. So I took a test early, but I'll get into all that. So 1 day past ovulation, just like any other month, I was cramping really bad. I wrote down notes in my phone because I'm psychotic, and I was looking up videos and trying to convince myself I was pregnant. And you're not going to be able to tell you're pregnant at 1 DPO, but yes, I made notes about it. So 1 DPO, the only thing I wrote down was that I was super crampy. 2 DPO, same thing, and lots of CM, which is gross, but true. Day 3, very emotional. That's what I wrote down. Lots of crying. And my cramps were still there. Day 4, so 4 days past ovulation, I woke up with a really, really stuffy nose, and I had a headache, and I was still had pretty mild cramping. It says mild. Day 5 was, now I know implantation most commonly happens like day 6 through 9, but day 5 I wrote down I had a really, really sharp cramping pain only on my left side. So I am guessing that was implantation. I don't know if that's true. I think that's really early, but also I found out really early, so I don't know what's true or what's not. But I had really, really sharp cramping. I never spotted. So throughout my whole entire pregnancy so far, I've never spotted. But so day 5 was that really, really sharp cramping, emotional, lots of CM. The CM, honestly, it was different from any other month because after I ovulated, I had CM pretty much until I found out I was pregnant, and that was different. You can also like look up to feel if your cervix is like high or low. Mine was really high. And anyway, 6 days past ovulation, I didn't really feel anything. So I was like, I'm out this month already, which is silly because you can't tell 6 days past ovulation. 7 days past ovulation, my cramping was back, intense, very emotional, headache again. 7 days past ovulation, I woke up with a sore throat and a stuffy nose, which if you look up, they say that's a symptom. I took my first pregnancy test on 7 days past ovulation, which is ridiculous. You're supposed to wait until 14 days past ovulation or when you miss your period. And that's usually 2 weeks, that full 2 weeks, so 14 days after you ovulate. And I took it on 7 days because I am pathetic and I couldn't wait. And obviously it was negative. So it was a big fat negative and I was sad, and I already told myself that I was done for the month, which is super dramatic because like I said, it was the first month we were trying. But when you want to be pregnant, you know what that feels like. So anyway, it was negative and I was sad. And then 8 days past ovulation, I woke up and I had really, really sharp cramping again. So I took another test 8 days past ovulation, and I took it, I think it was midday. Oh, it's right in front of me. So I took it at 4 p.m. because I've always heard first morning urine is what you should test with, but then I found this table that I'll also put a picture of in this video in one of the groups that I joined, which I don't recommend joining a group like that because it just made me anxious and it was terrifying. But I saw like on which day past ovulation, what was the best time to test. So anyway, it was 4 p.m. on 8 days past ovulation, and that is my first positive, which is so early, 8 days past ovulation. So I found out I was pregnant at like 3.5 weeks. Which is very early. It was a super, super faint positive, and it was 4 p.m. If I really thought it was 100% positive, I would have told Steven that night. But I was like looking at it and I was convinced that I was just convincing myself, because even now, like I kept the test. So I'm gonna show you guys all the tests. But even now, like looking at it, I have to like tilt it a certain direction if I want to see it. Oh, in front of the ring light, you can definitely see it. So I'll show you that. But anyway, so that was my first positive, and I know that's really early. And I remember like reading in the group that I was in, people that were testing positive at like 6 and 7 DPO, and then when I didn't, I was like, oh, I'm not pregnant. But you don't always test positive that early, so don't count yourself out until it's 14 DPO and you got your period, really. So I said, in the morning, I am gonna wake up and I'll test with first morning urine, and if it's positive, then I'll tell Steven because I can't keep it from him. I mean, obviously, even if it was negative, I would have told him that I tested yesterday and thought I saw a line. But also, me and Steven are like very open about everything, and leading up to when we decided to actually try, he's gonna laugh at this, I always convinced myself that I was pregnant, even when like there was no way that I could be pregnant. So anyway, we're very open about that kind of stuff. But in June, when we really started trying and I was testing, I was very, very quiet about my symptoms and what I was feeling. Like I didn't want to annoy him with literally everything that I was feeling. So I didn't say anything to you that month, did I really? You saw that I was taking the LH tests, but I didn't say anything to you about it.
No.
So he knew that I was like testing for ovulation, and he knew that we were trying. But during the 2-week wait, I don't think I said one word to him, because if I was pregnant, I wanted it to be a surprise for him. So anyway, I was like, if this 9 DPO test in the morning is positive, I will tell Steven. And it was positive. It's still so crazy to think about. So it's still really faint. I'm gonna show you guys all the tests. I have like the progression, the line progression that you guys can look at. And I tested 10 days, 11 days, 12 days. I forgot 13, and then I did 14 DPO when I should have started my period. So once again, I started testing really early. Honestly, it's stupid for me to say this because I couldn't wait, but I wouldn't suggest starting to test that early unless you have a feeling, which sounds stupid, but I just really had a feeling on 7 DPO. Like, I had that super sharp cramping that I thought was inflammation cramping, the stuffy nose, emotional. I'm not a very emotional person. I don't cry a lot. And that whole 3 days before I tested positive, I was set off by anything and everything. So I just had a feeling. And I was, and it's amazing. So I'm gonna show you the test. Okay, so like I said, you can barely tell that that 8 is positive. Actually, you can see it pretty well there. Now that it's dried a little bit. So that was 8 DPO, 9 DPO. That was when I was like, okay, I'm pregnant, because you can see that. 10, 11, 12, 14. 11 and 12 pretty much look the same, or maybe 10 and 11. Some of them look the same, and I was like, oh my gosh, I bet it's a chemical pregnancy, because I YouTubed and I listened to people talk about it, and I have anxiety, so I told myself it wasn't real and I wasn't okay. But everything was fine, so there's my line progression. I'm gonna put a picture so you guys can see that. That is that, y'all. That's my 2-week wait. No, we are really, really lucky to only have had 1 2-week wait. Everything since then has gone pretty well. I mean, I was pretty terribly sick for a long time. I figured I'd do like weekly updates after that. So that was our TTC. And then next week I'll probably post like symptoms and how I was feeling, just, you know, the pregnancy updates, because I thought that would be a fun thing to do. I am always looking on YouTube about those types of things. So if it's something you're interested in, watch. If it's something you're not, don't. But don't worry, you'll still definitely see some of Steven.
That's what they're here for.
That's what they're here for. I know it is.
What they want.
Give the people what they want. So we are about to make some breakfast. It's pretty late.
When do I tell them my pregnancy
11:15.
journey?
Oh, you would like to share your 2-week wait symptoms?
I mean, I have it in my notes.
Do you? Okay, tell us about it.
Well, what do you want to know?
I want to know, did you just have a feeling you were pregnant? Or did you have to test positive before you knew?
Listen, you convinced me that it's impossible to get pregnant your first try, and it takes 9 months to get pregnant.
Well, that's what I read. That's why I don't suggest reading those. Now, I know that it's rare to happen in 1 month. I get that. We are very, very lucky. But also, if you read about it, like, the doctors say it's completely normal if it takes 6 months to get pregnant your first try. And they're like, only go to the doctor if it takes more than 12 months on your first try. So here I am telling him, like, we need to start trying, because listen, it's gonna be 8 to 9 months before we get pregnant.
And I believed every word you said, so I had no idea. Like that video you could see when you told me, it took a minute for me to register what it said on that piece of paper.
Yep.
I just couldn't believe that we would get pregnant that quick.
I know.
1 and done.
1 and done.
Now we're done. No more babies after this.
Listen, we are lucky, and I'm sorry if anyone's watching this and they're like, oh, you're so annoying, 1 month and done. Because like I said, I know that it's not like that for a lot of people, and I don't want to be insensitive about that, because I know it's a journey for a lot of people, but we were very blessed to get pregnant very quickly. Fertile Myrtle over here, very blessed, but we are so excited. I wanted to share that with you guys. Thank you guys for watching. That was kind of a boring one because I was just sitting here chatting to you guys, but I wanted to share that. Cooper wants to say goodbye, apparently. Cooper?
Cooper!
What do you want to say to the people? Can you sit? Hey, sit. Look at me.
Are you gonna be a big brother?
Are you gonna be a big brother?
Shake.
Oh.
Shake.
Good boy. Also, I don't even think I said, I'm recording this real time. I should have recorded this like right after it happened, so I remembered a little bit more what I was talking about. But I am currently 13 weeks pregnant and feeling oh so much better already. So I will do some weekly updates for you guys on pregnancy symptoms and our journey. But that, my friends, was our TTC journey. See you guys next week. Bye.